Am I free to go?
Why are you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No.
For what reason?
You identify yourself as a part of the investigation. So what is your name?
Okay, I'm gonna need all of your badge numbers.
I will give you everything written down on a card.
On May 28, 2022, in Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey, a seemingly trivial yet significant incident unfolded. Corporal Michael Pritch of the Little Egg Harbor Police Department confronted Mr. Walker, a young pedestrian, over a contentious issue. Mr. Walker had expressed his discontent through an obscene gesture directly aimed at Corporal Pritch. In the quiet streets of Little Egg Harbor, the routine was interrupted when Corporal Michael Pritch spotted Mr. Walker making an obscene gesture, flipping the middle finger in his direction. This act, though silent, spoke volumes, leading to an immediate response from the corporal. Pritch, captured on his body-worn camera, pulled over and confronted Mr. Walker about his actions.
Who are you?
I don't have to say any of that.
You do if you're being detained.
What's that?
You do if you're being detained.
For what reason?
What
legal reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from and where are you
What
going?
legal reason am I being detained for? I need to know that. Legally, I need to know that.
Why are you
Shooting me the finger.
Why are you
Is that illegal?
Why are you flipping the bird? Yes, it is. It is causing a public disturbance and a public alarm if you are cursing.
The camera rolled as Corporal Pritch, with a tone mixing incredulity and authority, questioned, "Why are you giving me the finger?" Mr. Walker, maintaining a defiant stance, questioned his freedom to leave, implying he did not understand the issue with his gesture. The dialogue between them rapidly intensified. Corporal Pritch insisted that such a gesture was illegal, a claim Mr. Walker challenged, demanding the corporal to pull up the law. This roadside confrontation, under the unblinking eye of the body camera, evolved into a complex discourse on legal rights versus perceived disrespect. Mr. Walker's simple gesture and Corporal Pritch's reaction to it were no longer just about a moment of defiance.
What?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm walking away.
Huh?
Am I free to go?
Why are you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No.
For
Come here.
what reason?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm free to go. Am I free to go?
What's your problem?
Am I free to go?
No.
What, do you have a problem?
No.
Do you have a problem?
No.
You don't have a problem, then I can leave.
Why are you giving me the finger when you're walking? Get over here.
Why?
Because.
Is that a lawful order?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because you're giving me the finger.
That's legal.
No, it is.
But had ballooned into a debate on legal boundaries and freedom of expression, all under the watchful lens of modern policing technology. The crux of this incident rests on the First Amendment implications of Mr. Walker's gesture. Historically, the U.S. Supreme Court has upheld the principle that freedom of speech encompasses not just spoken words, but also nonverbal expressions. This was notably affirmed in Cohen v. California, where the court ruled that, barring specific and compelling reasons, the state cannot criminalize the public display of a single expletive. Similarly, in Texas v. Johnson, the court extended First Amendment protection to conduct that conveys a particularized message.
To be allowed to walk without seizures or anything like that.
You
Which
sure?
is, yes.
Are you sure that's the Fourth Amendment?
That's the Fourth Amendment.
You sure that's what the Fourth Amendment is? You
You
sure?
want to bet money on it?
You sure that's what the Fourth Amendment? It gives you the right to walk without seizure. What's going to be seizured while you're walking?
My body, my person, idiot.
I'm seizing you? Did anybody
Yes,
Did I
yes,
check all your pockets?
you were about to.
Come on.
You were about to.
Listen.
He said I was going to be under arrest. He fucking said
He
it.
said you were
I
detained.
said stop.
He
No,
said you were
where
detained.
you gonna be arrested.
So now what
Yeah,
happens?
so
now what happens?
he just admitted that
now
he was
what
going
happens
to
is when
arrest
he
me.
gives you a lawful order to stop, and you do
It
not
wasn't
stop.
a lawful order, though.
And you do not
It
stop.
legally.
Likely understood by viewers. Mr. Walker's act of raising his middle finger, though offensive to some, fits within these broad interpretations of expressive conduct. The gesture, a universally recognized symbol of disdain or protest, conveys a clear, albeit nonverbal, message. This aligns with the precedent set in Texas v. Johnson, suggesting that the intent and likelihood of the message being understood are key determinants of its protection under the First Amendment. Federal courts, including the U.S. District Court in the Western District of Pennsylvania, Corey v. Nissan, have consistently recognized directing a middle finger at police officers as protected expression, barring circumstances where it constitutes fighting words or is otherwise illegal. These legal precedents indicate a strong likelihood that a court would consider Mr. Walker's gesture as protected speech, not subject to arrest under disorderly conduct statutes or similar laws.
This is causing public service.
Then he
That's
tells
not,
me to
no, that's not a crime.
F off, pig.
Yeah, fuck off, Big. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. He's looking at you because he's like, what the fuck you want me to do? Because it's not a crime. I know my rights.
Who are you?
I don't have to say any of that.
You do if you're being detained.
What's that?
You do if you're being detained.
For what reason?
What is your
legal
name?
reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from and where are you
What
going?
legal reason am I being detained for? I need to know that. Legally, I need to know that.
Corporal Pritch's decision to turn off his body-worn camera during the interaction with Mr. Walker raises significant legal and ethical questions. New Jersey law mandates that uniformed law enforcement officers must use body-worn cameras to record audio and video while performing their official duties. This requirement, articulated in Section 4814 to 118.3 of the New Jersey statutes, aims to ensure transparency and accountability in police-citizen encounters. Additionally, Section 4814 to 118.5 stipulates
You'll legally have to prove that I was a nuisance
When
to
you're
the public.
standing-
How will you do that? How will you do that? I just want to hear
Camera
your-
systems. Okay, so when he goes by in the car, okay, and he sees you doing what you're doing,
And what was
it's
I
all gonna
doing?
be there.
And what part of that caused a disturbance? That's what I'm trying to legally understand. I don't understand. Is that a body camera?
That's what it is.
Perfect, perfect. Tuckerton doesn't have them, you know that? Tuckerton's been on back order for months.
How do you know?
Because I have a lawsuit against them, that's why. And I wish they'd have fucking body cams.
that these cameras should remain active throughout an encounter until it fully concludes. The law permits deactivation only under specific conditions, none of which appear to apply in Mr. Walker's case. By deactivating his camera, Corporal Pritch potentially violated these statutory guidelines, undermining the purpose of the body-worn camera as a tool for oversight and public trust. This action becomes even more critical considering the Fourth Amendment, which protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures. The Supreme Court has emphasized in cases like Terry v. Ohio that the Fourth Amendment's protection extends to street encounters between police officers and citizens. The absence of camera footage creates a gap in the record, hindering the ability to assess the reasonableness of the officer's conduct during the stop and potentially infringing on Mr. Walker's Fourth Amendment rights. Hey Larry, share your expert opinion with us.
This case highlights a crucial First Amendment lesson. Gestures, however offensive, are often protected speech. Turning off body cams also raises serious Fourth Amendment concerns. The interaction between Mr. Walker and Corporal Pritch serves as a reminder that understanding and respecting constitutional rights is imperative for both citizens and law enforcement. It emphasizes the need for transparency and accountability in policing to maintain public trust.